The Hyundai Tucson is winning awards and earning enthusiastic reviews from automotive journalists, with its bold styling, advanced technology, and competitive pricing, making it seem like the perfect compact SUV choice. But if you're considering putting your hard-earned money into one of these, there are 7 troubling realities beneath that attractive surface that could turn your purchase into a mistake. Everyone assumes Hyundai has finally caught up to Honda and Toyota in terms of reliability and refinement, but the Tucson is proving that perception wrong with mechanical headaches, disappointing real-world efficiency, and resale values that are costing owners thousands when it's time to trade in. Number 7. Reliability concerns. Modern Hyundais are earning better reliability scores than ever before, but the current generation Tucson is developing a worrying pattern of specific mechanical issues. The most concerning problems are showing up in critical engine components, particularly fuel injectors that are failing prematurely on models that should still be trouble-free. When fuel injectors malfunction, you're not dealing with minor inconveniences. Your Tucson is going to experience rough idling and misfires. Power delivery becomes unpredictable. Fuel economy drops noticeably. Diagnosing these injector failures requires specialized equipment, which means expensive dealer visits, even when your warranty is active. Beyond injectors, various engine sensors are creating problems for Tucson owners. Oxygen sensors, camshaft position sensors, crankshaft sensors, these components are triggering dashboard warning lights that won't go away. Some owners are experiencing multiple sensor replacements within the first few years of ownership. What makes these reliability issues particularly frustrating is the timing. These failures are occurring on relatively new vehicles that should be delivering years of trouble-free operation. When they emerge right after your coverage expires, you're facing repair bills running into thousands of dollars with no manufacturer support. In a segment where consumers are expecting Honda-level dependability, these early mechanical problems are pushing many buyers toward more established Japanese alternatives. But reliability concerns are just the beginning, because even when the engine is working properly, the Tucson's hybrid system is failing to deliver on its efficiency promises. Number 6. Real-world hybrid efficiency falls short. The Tucson Hybrid looks impressive on the EPA sticker. Those official fuel economy numbers are suggesting major savings at the pump, but owners are discovering something very different when they start tracking their actual consumption over weeks and months of real driving. The advertised combined fuel economy is creating expectations that real-world conditions are rarely meeting. Many owners are reporting numbers that fall significantly below the EPA estimates. Instead of 38, most owners barely get 30 miles per gallon. The hybrid system's architecture isn't optimized for all driving conditions. The gasoline engine is kicking in more frequently than expected. Electric-only operation is limited to specific speed ranges that don't match most people's daily driving patterns. The battery recharge cycle during braking isn't capturing as much energy as competitive systems from Toyota and Honda. So the hybrid disappoints with efficiency, but the real frustration comes from how that power gets delivered to the wheels. Number 5. Unrefined transmission. The Tucson's transmission is failing to meet basic expectations across both conventional and hybrid powertrains. What should feel seamless instead feels jerky and inconsistent, particularly in situations where refinement matters most. Stop-and-go traffic is exposing lurching shifts that make the vehicle feel unpolished. Accelerating from a standstill should be smooth and progressive. Instead, you're experiencing sudden surges and hesitations that make your passengers uncomfortable. Hybrid models face an additional challenge. The transition between electric and gasoline power should be imperceptible, but Tucson owners are noticing audible changes and slight jolts when the system switches power sources. That disrupts the calm, quiet experience that hybrid buyers are specifically seeking. The transmission's indecisiveness becomes apparent during moderate acceleration. The system is hunting for the right gear instead of responding confidently to throttle inputs. What you're getting instead is a delayed reaction followed by an overly aggressive downshift that wasn't what you wanted. When competitors are delivering smooth, refined powertrains in the same price range, these unpolished shifts and transitions are pushing buyers toward other options. Now, you might think you can rely on the Tucson's advanced safety systems to make up for these mechanical shortcomings, but that's where things get even more concerning. Number 4. Inconsistent safety systems. The Tucson safety technology is creating frustration and confusion for many owners experiencing unreliable behavior from systems they're supposed to trust with their family's protection. Forward collision warning and automated emergency braking are showing alarming patterns of false positives. Shadows on the road, parked cars around curves, overhead signs, all triggering sudden audible warnings or unexpected brake applications. When your vehicle suddenly slams the brakes, that's not just annoying, it's potentially dangerous with traffic following behind you. Even more concerning are reports of detection failures when genuine hazards are present. If the system isn't reliably identifying real threats, you can't trust it to intervene when it matters most. Drivers are second-guessing the system's reliability instead of confidently depending on it. Lane keeping assist presents its own problems. The steering corrections feel overly aggressive and inconsistent. Sometimes the system gently guides you back into your lane. Other times it tugs at the wheel so forcefully that you're fighting against it. That inconsistency makes the feature feel more like an annoyance than a helpful aid. These safety headaches are bad enough, but for buyers choosing the base model to save money, there's an even bigger disappointment waiting under the hood. Number 3. Gas-only version is slow and thirsty. The base gasoline engine in the Tucson presents an unfortunate combination. It's lacking the power you want while consuming more fuel than you'd expect from such a modest power plant. Acceleration feels labored from the moment you leave a stoplight. The engine is working hard but not delivering satisfying results. Highway merging requires advanced planning. When your vehicle is loaded with passengers or cargo, the performance limitations become even more apparent. You might accept modest power if fuel economy was exceptional. But the base Tucson is disappointing at the pump too. Real-world fuel consumption is often matching or exceeding what more powerful turbocharged competitors are achieving. You're essentially getting the worst of both worlds. Neither the performance you want nor the efficiency you need. Ford and Honda are providing turbocharged engines that deliver substantially more power while achieving similar or better fuel economy. The Tucson's base engine is falling behind on both critical metrics that compact SUV buyers care about most. This creates a trap for budget-conscious buyers. Within weeks of ownership, many are regretting their decision and wishing they'd paid extra for the upgraded powertrain. Mechanical problems are one thing, but there's something even more fundamental that's turning away potential buyers before they even test drive the Tucson. Number 2. Polarizing exterior design. Hyundai took bold styling risks with the current Tucson. The aggressive, fragmented design language is generating strong reactions, both positive and negative. While some buyers love the futuristic appearance, many potential customers are actively turned off by the unconventional aesthetics. The front fascia is particularly divisive. Those integrated daytime running lights within the grille create a busy, complex appearance that doesn't appeal to buyers seeking more traditional SUV proportions. When a vehicle's face is this polarizing, you're automatically limiting your market appeal. The body's angular lines and sharp creases continue the controversial theme. In a segment where many buyers prefer understated elegance, the Tucson's extroverted styling is pushing traditional consumers toward more conservative alternatives. Even the mid-cycle refresh failed to solve the polarization problem. Hyundai tweaked certain details but maintained the core design philosophy that was controversial from the start. If you weren't attracted to the original design, the refreshed version probably isn't winning you over either. For a mass-market compact SUV, polarizing styling represents a significant business risk. But even if you can overlook the controversial looks and accept the mechanical compromises, there's one final reason that makes the Tucson a questionable choice. Number 1. Depreciation hits harder than Japanese rivals. Resale value dramatically affects your total ownership costs. The Tucson is depreciating faster than its primary Japanese competitors, particularly the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4. That gap in retained value is costing Tucson owners thousands of dollars when they eventually sell or trade their vehicles. Honda and Toyota have spent decades building ironclad reputations for reliability and durability. Used car buyers are willing to pay premium prices for that peace of mind. The strong demand in the secondary market directly translates to better resale values. When CR-V and RAV4 owners are ready for a new vehicle, they're recovering significantly more of their initial investment. The CR-V and RAV4 have been segment leaders for generations, building deep customer loyalty and market dominance. The Tucson, despite recent improvements, hasn't yet achieved that level of market confidence that drives long-term value retention. The used car market moves slowly in changing established brand perceptions. Even with improved products, it takes multiple generations of proven reliability to fully close the resale gap with long-established Japanese competitors. The financial impact is substantial. Over a typical 5-year ownership period, the difference in depreciation between a Tucson and a RAV4 can easily reach several $1,000s. The Hyundai Tucson presents itself as a modern, feature-packed alternative to established compact SUVs. But the reality beneath that attractive surface tells a different story. From fuel injector failures to hybrid systems that fall short of their efficiency promises, the Tucson is struggling with fundamental issues that competitors solved years ago. Add in jerky transmissions, unreliable safety systems, polarizing styling, and faster depreciation, and you're looking at a vehicle that's tough to recommend when the CR-V and RAV4 offer better refinement, proven reliability, and stronger resale values. Speaking of rivals, they are also far from flawless and they come with their own issues too. If you've been checking out the new generation RAV4, make sure to check out our video that explains why the new model is so disappointing. Yes, Toyota did make some big improvements, but it also forgot to address a couple of critical issues.